Was during Operation, what's it called? In a land of thatched roofs and concrete walls. I found myself in a real sad place, and then it hit me right smack in the face. I came across a feature that I never did see in my high school geography. It's 100 yards wide and God knows how deep, and it's been known to make a grown man weep. I'm talking about the poop pond, 30,000 people's poo-poo strong. A fine example of when plumbing goes wrong. Singing me a poop pond song.
Yo, struggle. So, that song that you just listened to is about the poop pond in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Before I get into what this video is really about, I wanted to mention that I'm going to put my Discord below, and then I'm going to be streaming on my schedule of 6 to 10 on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe other days as well. What this video about is the Afghanistan war is coming to a close. August 31st is the final troop withdrawal. They've actually already pulled completely out of Kandahar, or not Kandahar, Bagram Air Force Base. And it's kind of coming to a close, and it's kind of weird. I've been getting asked the questions like, well, how does that make you feel? It's the end of the war in Afghanistan. And it's kind of like all over the board. A lot of the, like, what people don't realize about some of this stuff is like it's kind of mixed emotions on a lot of this, you know. Obviously, I want the best for the Afghan people. I hope going forward that the Taliban, you know, can be dealt with and that they can have some sense of normalcy and peace. It's not exactly what it looks like it's going to be, the way it's going to be going right now, because Taliban are sweeping across the country, and it's almost like a return to pre-war Afghanistan where the Taliban are going to be in control again. I'll throw a map to show just how far the Taliban have managed to go before we even fully withdrew. But yeah, like the poop pond is a perfect example of what it feels like for most of us veterans. It's shit. It's the big old fucking lake of full of shit, and it feels like we all fucking took a dip in it. You know, we don't have much to show for it. It feels like, outside of the fact that a lot of us have developed like health problems and have wasted a lot of our fucking youth on going to this fucking country. And it feels like it didn't really necessarily need to end the way that it did. You know, 2 decades, and it feels like nothing's been accomplished. We went in there because of 9/11, and it feels like what we should have done is as soon as Osama bin Laden was whacked, we should have left then. We should have declared mission accomplished, pulled shocks, and got the fuck out of there. You know, mission accomplished for real. And you know, if we hadn't also gotten involved in Iraq, I feel like we could have walked away, you know, with at least a symbolic victory that, you know, people wouldn't have been able to take from us. But we stayed there for another fucking decade afterwards, and we muddled the waters, abstracted goals, like winning hearts and minds. That, how the fuck are you gonna, like, how do you win hearts and minds, you know? How do you actually zone in on that when it's not a solid concrete goal, is what I'm trying to get at. Are we trying to get like another post-war miracle like Japan and you know Western Europe? I don't know. It's all kind of muddled. The fucking dogs barking in the background, great. But yeah, it's fucking shit. It's like a kick in the sack, kick in the fucking cunt for, you know, our female veterans. I want to be inclusive. It just sucks, you know. There's things about it that like I'll look back on fondly, though. I mean, and I know that people are like, "Oh, what?" But you know, I look fondly on like all the experiences I had. Like, you know, coming together as a crew with the other gunship guys. You know, embracing the suck with those guys. You know, going to chow with them. All those things are things that I'll look back on and remember fondly. You know, the friendships I made there and stuff. And my phone's going off. Dog barking. Phone's going off. You know, perfect YouTube video. But yeah, there's not much else to say. I mean, I'm a little apathetic about it now. I've been out for 5 years, but there's definitely still some heartburn with the way the war is coming to a close and the Taliban taking control. I think it was, you know, in the back of our minds of every OEF veteran, is that we were hoping that by the end that it would pan out, you know, some miracle would happen and we could walk away from it, you know, feeling like we had done something good. But it doesn't feel like that right now. You know, who knows? I mean, Vietnam we walked away from, and Vietnam is now doing pretty well for itself. and they actually like us. So you never know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens in Afghanistan. Maybe the Taliban resurging is just going to be a temporary thing. Weirder things have happened than people removing themselves and this problem solving itself. But I don't see that going the way that it is in Afghanistan. We should have walked away from the table as soon as we got Osama bin Laden, and we didn't. And we stayed there for another 10 years, and now the water is fucking muddled. So, yay, woohoo! Fucking dumb, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna be around a little bit more. I'll be making more content on this channel, telling a few more stories. I want to do quite a few things before the actual August 31st end of the war, and it's starting with this video. So I'll catch you guys around. As always, peace.
Kandahar, Afghanistan is in the middle of no man's land. Some say it's in the devil's backyard, and the gates of hell ain't far.
Rocket attack! Rocket attack!
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Wake up to the siren. Another rocket attack.
Watch out.
Taliban man, he can't hit shit, but the sucker keeps coming back.
Yes, he does.
So we hunker down in the bunker. Everybody sits on edge. Gunships let the lead fly free. Another Taliban man is dead at Kandahar.